Hey everybody, it's Jason Shadwick with Premier Guitar, and we're back for another Winter Gear Slam video. I'm here with Ian from Spector Basses. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well, and we are going to talk about a pair of new basses that y'all have recently put out. So let's start with the one you played on the intro, the one in your hands now. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yes, this is such a monster bass. I had the pleasure of having this in my possession for about a week, and I feel like I can't put it down. This is the brand new for 2021 Spector NS Dimension. And you can see the coolest thing about this is that it has that NS curve, and then the new thing about it is that it is a multi-scale bass. So you see the frets are kind of crooked, right? And you get that bridge and the nut. What's happening here is you have a 37-inch scale on the B string to a 34-inch scale on the G string. So this kind of thing will be popular for people playing low downtune music or anything that requires clarity, extended techniques, because you just have this massive B string that sounds like a grand piano. Just playing that B string is such a delight, even when the bass is turned off and it's just getting captured through my lav mic. It's crazy. You just hear the clarity of it. So it's a really, really fun instrument and a cool, Spector's first foray into the multi-scale thing.
Nice. So walk us through kind of the electronic setup and what you have going on there.
Yeah, so Spector went with the Fishman setup on this, which is so cool. I had never played a bass with this setup before, but it's the Fishman Fluence setup. So it's, two humbuckers that can be split into singles with this volume knob if you pull pot there. And then it also has a preamp with simple 2-band EQ, blend pot, and then there's a switch, a voicing switch. Up you get kind of they call it a passive mode. And then voice 2 flipped all the way out is sort of the standard full range active mode. And then in the center is a mid scoop. Kind of pulls out does the smiley face EQ thing.
So when you talk about the different settings in the Fluence, can you also demonstrate some of the split coil sounds you can get through the humbuckers?
Yeah, for sure. So here, let's just do neck pickup. That's humbucker. Here's split. And then here is the center humbucker. Split. So you hear it sort of brings up that top end. Of course, the volume comes down a touch, but that top end comes out. Here is bridge. Almost. Here we go. Here's the bridge. And split.
So what would you say to people who see the frets and get anxiety?
That's such a great question, because I was one of those people that saw the frets and got anxiety and was like, this is going to be so strange. But it's really not strange at all. And I don't know why. There's probably a great scientific explanation for why that is. But I find that when I play this, I don't think about it.
It's almost more of a mental, visual thing than a physical thing.
It truly is. And if you see it, right, we hear so much with our eyes, right? And you go, oh man, that's going to be a nightmare. The only thing is sometimes up here, right, when you play, you have to bring your fingers back if you want to do any sort of chord shapes. But it actually makes some chord shapes easier. Major sevenths are really a delight to play on a multi-scale. So it's surprisingly easy to play. I had never played a 37-inch B string before this bass, or a multi-scale of any kind, and you know, it took about 30 seconds, and I was like, oh, this is no big deal.
So this model will also be available in 4 and 5 string versions.
Yep.
And,
There's a
and
4
tell
string.
me the pricing on the 4 and 5 string versions.
Yeah, so the map on the 4 string is $19.99, and then it's just an extra $100 for the 5, which is $20.99.
Dig it. All right, Ian. So we have another bass to look at. Why don't you swap them out and we'll talk about the next one.
So also here, brand new for 2021, is the Spector NS Ethos bass. And you can see, again, we've got that cool NS curve, which is just classic Spector, on a more affordable instrument in this amazing new color called Interstellar Gloss that the guys actually told me was dreamed up in the shop. Like, wouldn't it be cool if we did this sort of like blue, purple, red fade happened in the shop? I really like that. It's got die-cast tuners, brass nut, and then if we flip it over, we've got that, of course, neck through construction, 3-piece maple neck, maple wings, but this beautiful poplar burl top.
What about the electronics? Tell us about those, and let's hear some examples.
Yeah, cool. So, okay, this is the Aguilar PJ setup with the OBP preamp, 2-band preamp, super simple. And this bass, to me, kind of almost leans a little bit more vintage. So I'm just going to turn it on. I'm going to boost bass and treble just a touch, put both pickups on, and here we go. Here's a bridge pickup. And how about neck pickup? Maybe with fingers too, or actually a really cool sound with this bass that I discovered recently, neck pickup only, and then maybe boosting bass a touch, cutting treble, and you have this really sort of like lovely vintage thumb sound.
All right, dig it. And so both these basses are shipping now, right?
Yes, sir. They're shipping right now.
What'll be the price on this one?
So this one is going to map at the 4 string. There's a 4 and 5. This one maps at $17.99. The 5 string will be $18.99.
So Ian, where can people go online to find out more information about these two basses and everything else you guys are doing?
Get over to spectorbass.com and also make sure to check them out on Instagram because it's fire.
Well, this is Jason Shadrick with Premier Guitar. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all of our upcoming gear coverage. Ian, why don't you play us out?